It's April, and today I'm doing something slightly different. I know I said I was going to put all of the pictures online and let you choose, but then I remembered today is Mother's Day. And I thought for that, and just because of where my headspace is at right now, that I would actually continue coloring this picture. This is actually one of the pictures that my grandma started before she passed away. And I've been slowly going through the coloring books I got from her and continuing on in the pages that she did. So I thought this would be something to do for Mother's Day. Hi guys! Thank you for joining the live stream. Okay, I'm going to tweet this out real quick so that everybody else knows what's going on. There we go. Put my phone away, and then we can get started. Hi everybody! Thank you for joining. Okay, so this is what we're starting with. I haven't touched this page yet. So I think what I'm going to go and do, I'm going to start really simple because as you can see, my grandma really liked colors. So she went and she did all kinds of different colors in these owls. And so I don't quite know how I'm going to continue on in that theme because my brain always wants to make things too realistic. So I'm going to start with where she was at with the trees and the branches and the leaves. And then I'm going to get to the owls and attempt to continue on in her coloring style. We'll see how that goes. I think for this color would probably match the brown ochre. So I'm going to try and find the brown ochre, which is, what number is the brown ochre? 182? Let's see, here we go. I think I need to sharpen a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. How has everybody's weekend been going? It's been cold and rainy here. And I'm kind of a little bit over it. Okay, we're about to see if this matches. No, it doesn't. That's a little too much yellow. Wonder if the raw umber would be better. Oh, that's still got a little bit of the orangey undertone. Okay, we're going for the Bistra. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay. Except for that might be a totally different brown, but we're going to start with this. Color matching Polychromos to probably, I believe she started coloring with Crayola. Oh, thank you, May. A heart your face. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. I'll probably be stalking you later. Did I put that back in the right slot? Of course I didn't. That would just be silly. Why color code and number your stuff if you're not going to put it, if you're just going to put things back willy-nilly. Okay, so I'm going to start out just doing a flat color. And I'm probably going to go back and add just a little bit of depth of color afterwards. But I figured I'd add a base. Like I said, kind of start where she started. It's gonna look a little rough, which is fine. See that brown isn't quite the same, but I think once I get all the different layers that I want done in it, you're not even gonna notice. That is the plan. I don't know. I guess I'm just feeling like weird and sentimental today. Just one of those days. I thought that would be fun. And it's definitely not in my coloring style at all, because this is just going to be straight up colored pencils. Get to see my colored pencil skills. I'm trying not to shake the camera too much. I've been contemplating mounting it someplace other than on the desk, but I don't know if I've got another place to mount it. Just be quick and dirty about it. I'm not going to overthink this too much. What has my week been like? Oh, I took the hellhounds to the vet this week to get their teeth cleaned. And most of you probably don't even care about this, but guess what? You get to learn about it anyways. Come to find out, Albus had to get a tooth removed because it didn't have any root structure. And not only that, but he's already missing about a third of his teeth. Not that you can tell by the way he eats anything and everything. So I'm pretty sure that Gillyweed is probably missing a good chunk of his teeth too. But he didn't have to get any x-rays done. Not pressing too hard right now. Probably come back and press harder. The next go. See, that color difference is probably going to drive me nuts. It's going to be fine. I'm going to layer some of the colors, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's fine. Nobody panic, even though I'm probably the only one panicking right now. Oh, and tomorrow is my birthday. So tomorrow I turn old. Go me. We're going to go to a Japanese grill, cook our own meat and eat it all, and it's going to be delicious. I'm so excited. See if I can get in between those little claws. Like I said, sorry if I go quiet. Just getting into some of these smaller areas. I do always pick the intricate pieces, don't I? That is my thought too, Elizabeth. My tummy is already anticipating the wonderfulness that we are going to be eating. Feel. I already have done a few pictures in this coloring book. Finished off a few of them. Actually, I think I've only done one, and I think I've showed it to you before. And that's, let's see if I can find it again. It's buried in here. This one, yeah. So this is another one that my grandma started and I completed. I mean, I followed, she already had she had a flat color down already, and I just gave it a little bit more depth. So that's what I'm hoping to do here, even though this one's a little bit more intricate and a little bit crazy. Ooh, that sounds like an interesting idea, Elizabeth. Using colored or pattern paper in your coloring books. I like it. You'll have to post pictures of what it looks like when you get it to a state you're comfortable sharing, because I would love to see that. Need a little bit of a sharper point, just a touch. So I think at one point my grandma was trying to give the owls irises. So she drew these circles around the eyeballs, and some of the places she added some brown and stuff. It's an interesting idea. Might have to see if I can run with that. The way she colored, it's like kind of seeing a little bit inside of her brain. I forgot a little branch over here. Probably should have sharpened this pencil sooner, because oh my gosh, it's so much easier now. Nobody judge me. Yeah, I haven't been able to watch Dee Dee for a while. I should go stalk her again. Cause she always comes up with the coolest ideas. Dun, dun, dun. I'm only gonna try and go darker from here, so I'm probably going to do the burnt sienna and the burnt umber. See, I also love the idea of using washi tapes in coloring books. I've seen a couple of artists use washi tapes in their illustrations, and I thought it was cool. I mean, I haven't yet hit a picture where I want to do that with. Not that I have washi tape. I don't even think I own one roll of washi tape. I'm so picky when it comes to patterns and things like that. And then I gravitate to all the same kind of stuff, which doesn't leave to a very diverse set of papers or tapes or anything. So they'll all end up being like this fuchsia pink or this teal color, which isn't necessarily the way you should build up your stock or your collection. But I like what I like, dang it. Get some orangey tones in there by coloring over what she did. So maybe it will end up balancing all out. Yeah, because I think she used a light brown here and then a dark brown some of these other spots. I think that's kind of what is happening. Which is my guess. Just don't want to layer too much too quickly because she already put the color down pretty hard around here. I still want to be able to layer a little bit. I don't really draw all that much. I used to, but after I left school, I lost the habit or the drive or the passion. I don't know. I just didn't do it anymore. Sometimes I think about attempting again, but I don't know. It might be something that I go back to at some point. I never really got to a point that I was comfortable with me and my perfectionist ways, which is why I love coloring. But maybe someday I will show you some of the pieces I did while I was in school. Because like I said, for the longest time I didn't do a lot of art outside of work. There is an art piece that I did, and I really, really want to hang it up somewhere, but I lost the art piece. I have no idea where it went, and it's driving me nuts, because I'm like, I'm hoping I didn't lose it in the move. I'm hoping it didn't get thrown away. I'd be sad if it got thrown away. Okay, so I said I was going to deepen the color with the burnt sienna and the burnt umber, right? So we got 280 and 283. Yeah. So I think I'm going to use the 283 first. And then, you know what? I might just do 283. I might use the walnut brown for the darkest part instead of the burnt umber, because that might give me a little bit more color depth. Walnut brown is what, 177. Let's pull that one out. Sharpen that. Yeah, I mean, it was really cool, too. I think I have pictures of it somewhere. Let's see. I'm gonna check it out. I'm pretty sure I have a picture of it on my phone. So if you ever see this picture anywhere, not that I think you will, let me know, because it kind of walked away. Let's see, albums. Pretty sure I took... Hopefully I didn't delete it off of Facebook too. That would be sad. I'm just on the struggle. The bus has found me. Why do I have so many pictures of cats? I don't have a completed piece of it. Gosh dang it. I mean, I've got some of the half completed parts of it. Why, April? Why? So that's one of my art pieces, one of my illustrations that was half completed. And then it's getting even more complete. The color tone is completely off on that. But all of that was done with paint chips. Little tiny pieces of paint chips that I started cutting out. And I want to find that piece somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. Ugh, it's gone. It's disappeared. Makes me sad. It's gotta be somewhere though, right? I don't know where I would have put it. Okay. I think I'm gonna start with the dark and then get lighter. I think that's how I'm gonna do this. So many different spots you can get lost in this picture. Mainly because I know I'm gonna have to get aggressive with some of these spots. I have contemplated, this is nothing that I'm really running with yet, but I do have a Twitch channel, and I have contemplated possibly doing some art related streams on Twitch. I'd still do my coloring book stuff here because all of you guys are here, but I have contemplated maybe doing some of my own personal art stuff on Twitch. Not that I really have the time or have thought of anything that excuse me, that I want to do yet. The possibility is there. It's something that's just kind of been percolating in my brain for the last month or so. I don't think at this point it would be anything consistent. It'd just be when I'm in the middle of a project or whatnot, if it wasn't book related. but like I would definitely keep all of my coloring book stuff on this channel because you guys are awesome and I hide all of your faces. And I don't want to ever stop doing this. Do you just ever get to the point where you get itchy feet and you're just ready to try something new? It's a little different than YouTube. I mean, it lets you get away with a little bit more than YouTube does. So I could be playing music right now and not get copyright strikes, which would be great. And Twitch was built for streaming, whereas YouTube evolved into streaming. And so there are different features on Twitch that are really, I mean, they'd be interesting to play with as a streamer. And it's one of those things where I don't necessarily want to have two different YouTube channels, but I have some ideas that wouldn't necessarily fit into this channel. So that would probably be some good things to try on Twitch. And it might be one of those things, it's just because Twitch seems shiny to me at this point, that if I go over there and I try streaming on Twitch, then I'll be like, oh, well, this isn't as great as I thought it would be. But like I said, the coloring book community is very strong on YouTube, so I definitely would not stop streaming on YouTube. It's just things for like that illustration that I was doing. Maybe I'll take that over to Twitch if I do any more of those color swatch art pieces. I also have some composite photography that I do, which might be interesting to do over on Twitch. I can stream as I'm editing the pictures or whatnot. But like I said, it's one of those things that, you know, sometimes you think about as you're driving to work or whatever, and then it's like, maybe that's more work than I actually want to do. So like I said, you guys are kind of awesome. I don't plan on ever leaving you. You guys are stuck with me forever. And I mean forever. Or at least until you guys decide that I am too old to be doing this, which probably will never be true. Or YouTube itself decides that, hey, we don't want to continue doing things as we're doing things. Okay, I need to take something to drink. Oh, goodness. I like the depth that that's starting to add. So you guys just get my stream of conscious as I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to deepen the tones that I did. So like I said, I went in light. I'm gonna layer up so I can match Didn't want to go too dark right away. I'm keeping it in circular motions so that it kind of blends out. Like I said, the first stage is going to look really rough, but I'm going to build it up. Slow and steady. And this is why it takes me forever to do one picture. And if I don't get this finished on stream, I'm probably going to finish it off stream at some point. And I will definitely post the pictures to Instagram. Should probably color in the background. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that though. Because coloring in the background with colored pencil kind of terrifies me a lot. So maybe I'll get my pastels out. An attempt to do something with pastels. Okay, I haven't used pastels in about 10 to 12 years. I'm pretty sure my pastels still work. But it's been a while. Oh, look at that. Summertime. You can hear people mowing outside. I don't know what it is. That is one of my favorite sounds during the summer. It's just hearing people mow their yards. Is it weird that I find that soothing? Well, I know Erin streams on Twitch, but she does a mix of gaming and coloring. I don't know a lot of other coloring book people, simply because I haven't dug too deep into that community. I know there is a lot of artists over there, which is why I'm like, well, maybe I'll try doing some of my original pieces over on Twitch. And then keep this channel all about books, all about reading books, all about coloring books kind of deal. But I know that Twitch is a very big gaming community. And I have absolutely no gaming skills when it comes to console games or PC games. I mean, I get addicted to mobile games just like anybody else. We won't talk about the large amount of hours that I've been spending playing Merge Dragons recently. It's bad. It's like really, really bad. But I was kind of the same way with Sims Mobile there for a while too. Oh, yeah. I don't mow. I have mowed only once in my life, and I've probably told this story before on this channel, but I'm not allowed to mow because my mowing technique is the worst mowing technique you can have. I go for the tallest pieces because mowing in a pattern, I get bored. I'm like, oh, there's a tall clump over there. Let's just go get the tall clump. And then all that, either that or, it's seeing what kind of patterns I can do. I do the same thing while shoveling the driveway of snow. It's like, I don't want to just like row after row after row. I'm like, oh, let's make a figure 8. Or, write your name in the snow or in the grass. So I have mowed once. And at the time I was living with a roommate, and she's like, no, you're not doing that ever again, because no. And now my husband does all of the mowing, because he probably doesn't want to deal with the mess that I would leave behind. And let's be real, mowers are heavy. And I know they have, like, the, assist, whatever that thing is called. I don't. Propelled. Yeah, self-propelled. But self-propelled only gets you so far.
I don't even use that.
Especially when you're going up a hill. It's just, nope. If he wants to do it, I'm gonna let him do it. I will not fight anybody for mowing the yard. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Pokemon Go. I played Pokemon Go for 3 years straight. And it was only recently that I stopped playing that game because I finally got bored of it. So, I have a very obsessive personality, I suppose. There's something that I like really love and I'm really passionate about. You're not going to stop me. It's going to be something that I sit there and do for hours and hours on end. Okay, so straight lines are good and all of that. But I think in my brain, the whole reason I was doing it the way I was doing is because I wanted to get done faster. I'm like, if there's a part of the yard that doesn't actually need to get mowed because it's not tall enough yet, then just hit all of the really tall grass and then I'll be done. Right? I know it doesn't really make sense if you really think about it, but that is where my brain was at when I was mowing. I'm like, oh, that's tall piece over there. If I just get that piece, maybe I'll be done. Okay, not quite done yet. Let's get that tall piece over there. Like I said, if I have a passion for something, I'm all in. If I don't care, then I start to take shortcuts. I just want it to be over and done with. I'm trying to do this in some kind of orderly fashion so I remember what I've hit and what I haven't hit. Speaking of getting distracted and going all over the place. Oops. It's going too hard. I like that you actually talk with me, Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm sure we've got a couple of lurkers going on, and lurking is perfectly fine. Like I said, I don't know if I've really got anything interesting to say today. So I'm just kind of coloring away. Lurkers are some of my favorite people. I have been a lurker a time or two myself. Actually, most of the time, that is what I am. Ooh, I guess I didn't tell a lot of you guys this, but last Sunday, after the stream and all of that, we actually had a couple of tornadoes here. And they weren't that far away from us. Maybe a handful of miles on either side.
Actually, that one bad one started at less than half a mile from here.
It started a half mile from the house. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. So yeah, we had two tornadoes touch down near us. The ridiculous part was we weren't even home. We were actually the next town over. So it was just the animals. I didn't even know we were supposed to get severe weather like that. And so it was ridiculously crazy. Ended up having people start texting me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not home right now. What's what's going on? I have no idea. Why are you so concerned about me? I didn't realize that it had all hit so close to the house. I mean, luckily we didn't have any damage. I just replaced the roof not that long ago. I mean, there was some decent sized hail that apparently came down. But the roof, from what I can tell, is fine. We should probably get up there at some point, in all honesty, and check it out. But no leaks with the ton of rain we've been getting recently afterwards. The grill did end up completely across the deck. As it is prone to do. But other than that, we didn't really have much damage in our area, and I'm very, very thankful for that. Because like I said, it was just the animals here. And I don't know how I would have reacted if the house got hit. Well, we weren't there, but all the animals were. And luckily, there were no lives lost with the tornadoes that hit here. I mean, we lost a fantastic ice cream place. Not that I've ever eaten there. I've just heard other people talk about it. Well, yes, I wish we did, Elizabeth. Maybe that's why we should get a drone.
There we go.
So we don't have to get up on that roof. I mean, I love climbing on things, but trying to boost myself up onto that roof kind of terrifies me. Probably have to get a different ladder to do that, to tell you the truth. Dun, dun, dun. Slow and steady. So that was our big excitement on Sunday. We did get my grandparents moved into their house a little bit more. And of course, we got to eat delicious food. You can't tell. One of my other passions is eating food. It's probably the easiest way to be my best friend, is food. So it's like, I don't need presents for my birthday, but if you take me out to eat someplace, heck yes. All about that. Take another drink before I cough at you guys. My goodness, we've already been here 45 minutes and I've just been coloring tree. Well, and maybe I'll keep you guys updated on the progress of the in-between steps on Insta stories. So you can see how the progress is going. It might take me more than just today. Oh no! How did I miss that? This is 170. Good. Okay. Completely missed this branch. I really need to use my Insta stories more. See, I get distracted. I'm not really good at keeping up on social media sometimes. There's some people who are amazing at it. And I can understand how they've become like influencers. It's like, I don't know if I necessarily have the skill set to do that. I just don't remember to share things. Granted, let's be real. Most of the time, if, I'm doing anything, it's sitting on the couch watching some TV show eating popcorn. So that's not very exciting. Going to things like Coachella scares me to death. So, yeah. Not necessarily high up there on my list. Well, if you're on your main page of Instagram, Elizabeth, and you click your own image on the top right side, it'll give you a camera that you can take pictures and post to Insta Story. Or if you just swipe left side, excuse me. I get my right and left confused. Don't listen to me. Left. Everything is on the left side. So if you swipe so that it opens up the camera, so if you swipe from left to right, it'll open up the camera. And then you can take pictures. I don't know. I shouldn't be the one explaining this because obviously I don't do Insta Stories very well either. Well, and it's also one of these things that I want to give you guys more opportunity to be engaged in what I'm doing. I just don't necessarily know the correct way to do that. Which is why I'm like, well, maybe they could vote for what I'm coloring and all of that. And things like that. And that's why I always post questions at the end of my video so that you guys can like post your answers or whatnot. I don't know. I'm making it all up as I go, I suppose. But I love my tiny little community that I have here with you guys. I'm super excited about, Rocket Man looks interesting. Can't say I've ever really been extremely interested in Elton John. But I do know that the movie Tolkien has just been released. And I really want to go see it because the Inklings, at least two of the Inklings, I've always been fascinated by. And so, yes, because I've read all of the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and of course, all the Chronicles of Narnia. I've read a few of C.S. Lewis's other works, like Mere Christianity and Screwtape Letters. Thank you. And I know C.S. Lewis and Tolkien were like buddies, so I'm hoping that like C.S. Lewis would show up in the Tolkien movie. I think that would be interesting. Way back when I was in high school, I was part of a forum called The Inklings, where we talked about all of such things as Lewis and Tolkien. And then pretended like we were elves and all of that kind of stuff. Because I'm a cool person. You're welcome. Yes! I love the fact that you named your what am I saying? I just kind of like short-circuited there. I love the fact that you named your cats after Tolkien characters. I have to admit, though, I am not a huge fan of what they did to the Hobbit storyline at all. Because they added a lot of junk that they didn't need to add. I'm just saying. And it kind of teed me off a little bit. And I'm sure there's other people who really love the additions that they added. I just find them absolutely unnecessary. Oh, dang it. I didn't get under his claws. Now, is it Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White? Which Gandalf did we name after? Yeah, the books, if you're not in the right headspace to read the books, they're really, really slow. Because Tolkien is very, very descriptive. Sometimes in the form of excess. So it took me several tries to get through the Lord of the Rings series. I don't know, I blew through The Hobbit. I love The Hobbit. The Hobbit is probably by far my favorite. But I also grew up watching The Hobbit being performed on stage as well. So, that story has always been with me. Which might be why I was so offended at the changes that they made on the Hobbit movie, but don't really care about the changes that they made on the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Which I suppose doesn't really make sense, but, That's the way my brain works. You're welcome. Well, I'm starting to think I probably should have started with this color on the bottom because it seems to be matching this brown a lot more than the first brown I chose. Well, that's very appropriate, Elizabeth, both gray and white. So he's mid Gandalf transformation. I need to add a little darker in there. I got colored pencils just flying everywhere right now. This point, probably just going to probably come back with the dark a little more, but want to smooth out some of her coloring work. Just now, I will admit that when I get old, I do want to be like my grandma, because she was kind of amazing. She worked until she was like 92. Even then, she was always up and around and doing stuff, taking care of all of us. Just being a force to be reckoned with, in all honesty. And obviously, she was sitting here coloring books, so, yep, life goals. Just gonna kind of smooth this out a little bit. Okay. Doesn't quite have the dip that I want, but like I said, I could probably come back with the dark again after I'm done here. Layer it up a little bit more. Maybe I'll actually get a true black in there, at least for these pieces. Like I said, it starts to get a little muddied. Even the yep. Never want to make everything dark. But I would like a decent amount of contrast. Yeah, I probably should have started with this as a base color. You live and you learn, right? It just didn't look like it matched with my color chart because I was trying to find right brown. So, I mean, I went with that one thinking that it, but maybe I should have gone more with that one. I don't think I'm going to be able to match it perfectly no matter what I do. I think that's fine. And you'll just be able to see where the picture slowly morphs. See the transition from one artist to the next, or something like that. Yeah, well, like after you add that brick sienna, it's slowly matching a bit more. I have a dog sitting behind me on the chair right now. Don't know if you just heard that very loud snort. It wasn't me, I promise. I just don't know what this camera actually picks up and what it doesn't until I go back and view the recording myself. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add some true black in that to give it, or at least, do I want to go true black? Maybe a dark indigo. Maybe I'll grab the dark indigo and give it some deep indigo in those shadows. Yeah. I mean, there's just a little bit of orangey tone missing from here to here, but I don't think it is a bad miss. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I attempt to add a little bit more of an orangey here? I mean, maybe if I add a little bit of terracotta, it'll balance that out a little bit. Or maybe it's more of a red that I'm missing. I feel like it if I add an orange. I don't know. I'm just starting to go. I know I don't have to match it perfectly, but part of me wants to. It's like it's a challenge now. Can I do it? Am I capable of doing it? Ooh, what could be cool is if I do the background in like black. And then I do like white stars. Okay. Well, that's what I keep looking up because I'm like so close up on it. Keep looking up at the screen to see cuz you're right. I mean, on the screen, I can't see the difference quite as much as I can when I'm right on top of it. So maybe it's okay. But I do like the idea of putting down black in the background. But I don't know if you would lose the trees and such and some of the owls because it's so dark. To think on that. And maybe I won't go like true black. Maybe I'll try to do some of those indigo tones. Thank you guys for being my sanity check. Dog, it's not polite to lick yourself in public. Thank you. Or just keep licking yourself. That's fine. It's just the slurping noises. I think that's looking good. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking the idea of layering it with dark blue tones, maybe with a little bit of black. I mean, I don't want to do anything too complicated because trying to variegate it behind all of these intricate little pieces would be a pain in the butt kiss. So I don't know if I do a true kind of sunset kind of sky change. Might take some artistic license. But I do like the idea of having it dark enough that you can add stars to it. Maybe I will attempt to use acrylic paint to do that. I haven't ever done that in a coloring book yet. Because I don't know if I'm going to get it dark enough with pastels. And then I could use colored pencils over top to do like Starry Night style stars. Just let me know when you're comfortable, dog. I'm gonna end up pushing him off the chair. He doesn't care. I have maybe the front 4 inches of this chair right now. The rest of it is all dog. But I am kind of excited that with this new setup, I get to sit in my comfy chair. I think I've got some blue. I don't know if I've got... Ooh, I have some of the acrylic paint that was left over from my wedding when I was painting books. Do I have any black that I can darken some of those blues with, though? I mean, I could possibly add some red and make a really deep purple. And then mix in a little bit more blue, and then maybe you'll start to get more of those indigo tones. I'm sending a project. Maybe I will have to bring this picture back on stream so that you guys could be here when I attempt that mess. Plans are happening. I mean, would you guys like to see that? If I do decide to do that? Or do you guys just want to see the end result of that? I don't know. Because I hadn't thought about bringing this back on stream after today, but I guess if I'm going crazy with it, maybe I will. It'll be an adventure. That way, if it works, you guys can steal the idea. And if it doesn't work, you can be like, well, I'm glad I didn't do that to my coloring book. I'm here, so you don't have to make the same mistakes. Sorry, I got distracted by thinking about the next step of what I want to do to this. I need to focus on what I'm actually doing. I'm gonna get sharpen again. Starting to get a little dull. Ooh, I like seeing it on the screen. I actually feel like I'm making progress when I see it. It's very easy to see how some people can stream for 4 or 5 hours straight. especially when they get into projects like this. Maybe someday I'll do a marathon session like that, but today's not one of those days. Oop, I forgot to add some of the darker tones. Oopsie. Come back and snag that real quick. I find it interesting that this picture is printed off the edge up here and off the edge down here, but here we have this strip that's completely blank. I don't know if they just didn't get this picture lined up properly and they missed. Or what happened. Because I don't think all of the pictures are like that, because in the very next image it goes all the way to the edge on all sides. So, I don't know. It's weird. Did say that I was going to hit it with the indigo, which is the dark indigo, 157. There we go, in between the blues and the purples. Definitely need to sharpen this one. Let's see what happens. Try not to go too heavy-handed. A lot goes a long way. And I think if we add indigo to the background, having the indigo shadows is perfect. Just don't want to get too heavy-handed with it. Okay. Bye, pupper. I think he hears another dog outside. Albus, has the biggest case of FOMO that I have ever known a dog to have. So, like I said, apparently he has a huge fear of missing out on something. Now that I can actually sit on more of the chair. I don't know if you're noticing the change with the indigo. I mean, it's not a ginormous change, but it's just subtle enough that I like it. I'm just going to hit it quickly. I'm going to try not to get too caught up in the details. So I'm not entirely sure some of them matter, or if you guys are going to even notice the difference. So I'm going to hit the big spots first. Someday I'll learn to be quicker at this. I think I'm going to leave the ends of the branches alone. I know I already did some of them, but that's okay. Just kind of do some of the true shadows, like where things overlap, where owls exist, that kind of thing. I already got that up there, didn't I? Do that a little bit. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I did mention possibly grabbing the terracotta. Maybe. I'm just gonna run it through real quick. Yeah. It's subtle, but I think that terracotta helps. I think it was just going to drive me nuts if I didn't. Just get some of that orange undertone in there. And I'll use the terracotta to kind of flatten out. Some of my strokes, blend them out. Now it's starting to look like it was all meant to be together. You know what I mean? This colored pencil is so sticky. You can see the residue from where the barcode was on it. It's sticking to my fingers right now. I love open stock. Hate the stickers that open stock puts on them. Oops. Going a little bit out of the line, but if I'm going to paint, it's fine. If I get too excited, right? Paint will cover a lot of sins. Oh, I'm so excited! Terracotta was a brilliant idea. Look at that. Okay, I am very much content with where those trees are now standing. Which means we could probably start thinking about the leaves. Now she did something kind of interesting. She started out, she did a dark green on one side. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll zoom in a little bit. Oops. She started out with a dark green on one side and did a light green on the other side. But then she switched her methods and started doing the light on the one side and the dark on the other. And honestly, I like the light on the one side and the dark on the other side. So I'm probably going to follow that pattern more than the dark and the light. Which, at the end of the day, once you get all of those leaves colored, you're not going to notice that it changed up in this area. But, sorry, like I said, I haven't smoothed everything out perfectly yet. Don't judge it. But once I get it to a place that I'm happy with, and I know I'm not going to continue layering, then I'll kind of burnish all of that in. Right. The question is, what would be good matching colors for that? So I'm thinking that the light green is probably, is that too neon-y? Because that's totally a word. Or do we want to go more towards the grass green? We might want to go towards the grass green for the light, which is what, 166? There we go. Let's try laying that down somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to color with this side of the colored pencil. That's going to end well, right? Yeah. I mean, it's a little more neon-y than that is. Okay, we're going to get the leaf green out too, and we're going to do a comparison. Okay. Because I'm sure you guys can tell the huge difference between the two. See, that's almost still a little... Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe it's fine. I think I'm going to go with the leaf green, though. The 112. Okay. And then the darker of the greens looks more like of an emerald. Because I don't want to get too bluey with it. So maybe more of an emerald green, which is 163. Ooh, no, I need to go a little darker than that. I don't want to go too dark, though. Maybe it's more of the dark phthalo? Which is, what, 264? Right? Where would 264 be? 267, 266, 276. Where is my dark phthalo? I don't. If I can even find that color. Oh, there it is. Well, I'm wondering if the pine green is too dark. Because, I mean, this is more, it's getting more, I mean, I'll probably end up using the pine too. Yeah, I think I like the phthalo. But that almost feels too... Okay, we're going to try the pine. We're going to go for your pine. We're going to try the pine. 267. Let's see how the pine goes. I know, it's so tiny. I think maybe I can zoom in a little more. Oh, okay, we're getting really in there. Really in there now. I almost feel like the pine is too dark. We almost need somewhere in between the pine and the phthalo. But that still has the green tones. Permanent green? But it doesn't feel, I don't know. 266. We're trying 266. Nope, see, that's too vibrant. Oh my gosh, I know it's not that important to match this. Part of me really wants to. So that one, I'm leaning more towards that one right there. What do you guys think? Maybe it's just all in my eye, so it really doesn't matter. Was that one the phthalo green? No, I think it was the leaf green. No, the leaf green is the one I liked. What was that first one? Oh, I'm losing my marbles. That was the emerald, right? I think it was the emerald. No, that was the emerald. Maybe that was the phthalo. We're just gonna watch April slowly lose her mind because of greens. Yep, that was the phthalo. Okay, we're gonna just run with the phthalo. Or maybe I just, start using random colors. Just switch up the green randomly. That'd be cool, right? So it ends up looking like that. I mean, it's a little richer than what she's got right up here, and I'll probably go over with my colors so that they start. Yeah, it's probably just me who's worried about these colors, and it really doesn't matter in the end. But this is the process that I go through when I color these things. So welcome to this adventure. I'm gonna move this out of the way a little bit. And maybe I'm gonna zoom out again. I don't know if you guys need to be this close to me as much as I love you. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, I got too much stuff on my desk. Okay. So I'm gonna go over all of her stuff so that we can find a nice balance. I'm just going to do this a clump at a time. I think it's the only way I'm going to keep my sanity. Yeah. Nope, I think those were good choices. Probably. I'm going to test something out. We talked about that pine, and I didn't dislike that pine. Kind of sits, okay, so we're using the leaf green and the dark phthalo, right? I'm wondering if we add a little bit of olive. Permanent green olive, which is 167. If we do something kind of that's almost too subtle. Might have to go darker than that. Maybe we'll bring out that pine green that we were just using. A little bit of undertone there. And it might just be that I can't layer it right now because You have to press hard to get those Crayolas to come down, so there's already a lot of pigment on the paper. So I'm still using the pine green. I'm almost done with this clump, so I might as well finish it up, right? Be able to see it a little bit more. This little difference that pine makes. Because I can't leave anything flat colored. It'll just drive me bonkers. So you can kind of see the subtler difference. Get a sharp tip on all of my greens. We did not get nearly as far as I was expecting to. Okay, I got a nice sharp tip on it and then I broke it. Lame. There we go. Oh, I should have taken a picture of this before I started. I mean, I guess I'll have this screen capture that I can do. Just so I can see where it started out when she had colored it, and then how it morphed and changed as we added color. You know what I mean? Oops. Got a little too heavy-handed on that. Got a little bit chunky. At least I'm getting a little bit of layering with those Crayolas on the bottom. But, whew, is it hard? Oops, that's the wrong color. Hey, baby boy. Yeah. I know you want to go play with all the other puppies, but I don't think all the other puppies want to play with you. That pine green is so subtle, but I love it. Oops. Went a little crazy there. Just right off the leaf. Who needs to color in the lines? I mean, seriously. Not me. Look at that. Ah, I love it so much. Okay, now this is one of the backwards ones. We're just gonna roll with it. Let's see how the same technique looks on this one. You guys so proud of me. I didn't even use markers today. Who am I? It's definitely going to give it a slightly different feel. Yeah, you kind of lose the contrast when you do it the opposite direction, don't you? Oops. Got too aggressive. Well, when I'm right up on top of it, I can tell the difference. But on the screen, I don't think it's too bad. Oh no, it's perfectly understandable. I'm actually going to end it here because it is almost 1 o'clock and I need some food. I'm not going to lie. Let's see if I can go all the way out. I mean, it doesn't look like we got very far because it takes me forever to color things. But I am liking the direction this is going in, and I always love doing this kind of collaborative style. I mean, she started it, I'm finishing it. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys all for joining me. I hope you guys can join me again next week, same time, same place, 11 Central. Probably stream for 2 hours again. I will put up all of the possible things that we can color up on all of the social media so you can vote, and then that will be what we color. And I hope to see you guys all here, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.